Today we're going to be using my fastest killing SAUG class setup here in BO6 Season 3. I made an overpowered class setup that you guys can dominate lobbies with. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for the muzzle, I had the monolithic suppressor, and this is going to make sure whenever you shoot, your red dot doesn't pop up on the radar. It's also going to give you 2 ticks of bullet velocity and then 2 ticks of damage range. I personally love this attachment because whenever I shoot, my red dot won't pop up on the radar, as well as if I do need to take those longer range gunfights, my gun isn't going to be a pew shooter because the damage range is going to increase the TTK as well as the bullet velocity. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 20% to the bullet velocity, and then the damage at effective range is 14.7, and the damage on that is 21, and then the damage beyond range is 32.8, and the damage on that is 12. For my next attachment for the barrel, I had the long barrel, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of damage range. I personally feel like this weapon is very weak at those longer ranges. That's why I added the monolithic suppressor as well as the long barrel, so that way we can take those longer range gunfights without the gun feeling like a pea shooter. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with these stats, the damage at effective range is 17.3, and the damage on that is 21, and then the damage beyond range is 38.8, and the damage on that is 12. For my next attachment for the underbarrel, I had the vertical foregrip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of horizontal recoil control. I personally love this attachment because it allows you to take those longer range gunfights without your gun having a very wonky recoil pattern as well as shake. So this thing is going to make sure it's smooth at those long ranges. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 2% to the recoil gun kick control and then 35% to the horizontal recoil control. For my next attachment for the magazine, I had the extended mag 1 so I could take a lot more gunfights. This is going to give you 15 extra rounds, so I definitely recommend using this. For my next attachment for the rear grip, I had the ergonomic grip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks to the dive to fire speed, 3 ticks to the slide to fire speed, 2 ticks to the ADS speed, and then 2 ticks to the jumping ADS speed. If you guys do slide or dive, you are definitely going to love this attachment because whenever you do slide or dive, you are going to be picking up your weapon extremely fast as well as ADSing fast, and if you do jump while ADSing, you are going to be ADSing extremely fast. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with the stats, we're getting 17% to the ADS speed, 19% to the jump ADS speed, 50% to the slide to fire speed, and then 50% to the dive to fire speed. My next attachment for the stock, I had the infiltrator stock, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of aim walking movement speed. If you guys do like strafing a lot, you are definitely going to love this attachment because you are going to be moving extremely fast whenever you move left to right while ADS. It's going to be a lot harder for your enemies to hit you, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 20% to the ADS movement speed. Finally, for the fire mods, I had the recoil springs, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of horizontal recoil control and then 2 ticks of vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment because it's going to control most of the recoil for you. I would definitely recommend staying too close to medium range, but if you do need to take those long range gunfights, you can definitely take it because you do have the recoil springs on as well as the vertical foregrip, which is going to help out a lot towards the recoil control. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with these stats, you're getting 10% to the recoil gun kick control, 10% to the horizontal recoil control, and then 10% to the vertical recoil control. Here are all my perks on the screen. For the wildcard, make sure you guys are using gunfighter so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with these stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today we're using the SAUG. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Oh my god. I don't know. I felt a hair on my face. I still feel it. It's whatever. Alright, so Black Jacket actually protects against that now. Oh, I almost pooped on him. I do feel super speedy with this though. They need to start going to the hill.
Hardpoint identified.
Still pooped on him somehow.
Hardpoint active.
We'll let them grab some hill time. A little bit, not too much.
Hardpoint locked down.
I do wish that I had my 4 perks, but I felt like I needed all the attachments on this weapon. Oh my goodness, dude almost pooped on me. We are pretty close to the harp though, so I am gonna play for that. We got it.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
What, no ammo for me? You got no ammo for me? I don't have scavenger on this class. Little bit of an issue.
Hostiles have
When you got
captured
no
the
ammo. Aw, dang. Dude fried me with this Hoop
hardpoint.
M4.
Secure. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active.
Operator establishing source streak.
Hardpoint locked down.
UAV fuel check 50%.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Holy moly. I tried to shoot at the door and I just blew myself up. Oh. What a choke right there.
Hardpoint locked down.
They are spawning over here. Yeah, a little bit, but not really. This stock does feel a little bit wonky just because they did like cut it off. But I do like it. You do move super fast. And if you do like the rep perks, you're definitely gonna love this class.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I mean, the nice thing about this class is you can take those longer range gunfights just because I did put the monolithic on.
Hardpoint is secure.
And this thing doesn't really have the best damage range. From my experience using it, I just felt like it was really weak at those longer ranges. So with this paired with the long barrel, I feel like it just pairs super well. And the ADS speed is a little bit slow, but you know, what are you gonna do? Oh my goodness, I just pushed at him like a bimbo.
Enemy UAV inbound. Hardpoint identified.
That C4 didn't even make it over the bus, I don't think. I do have the recoil springs on too.
Hardpoint
Goodness,
active.
bro.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Cool. Enemy watchdog helo inbound.
Enemy watchdog what? Inbound?
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Why are you up the stairs? Go help your team on the hill, you bimbo.
Get a UAV on grid.
My teammate. There we go, teammate.
Hardpoint locked down.
Spawning over here.
Hostiles have hardpoint.
Alright, got a double kill. Killed 2 of your
Hostiles have
teammates.
captured the hardpoint.
Shield upgrade destroyed.
Triple potato sack.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint located.
I need some ammo. Or actually, I need to reload it. Teammate. Teammate just ran by him.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
Your subpack has been destroyed.
Got a lot of friends up here. Alright, this dude is trying to break the windows or the curtains or something. I don't know what he was doing. I feel like my teammates are going a little bit too crazy on the hill.
Flying on fumes. UAV returning to base.
Hostiles have the hard
I really don't understand why this day and age people just sit on the hill rather than getting kills. Like the other game I was in, I just rage quit out of it just because bro was on the hill for 200 seconds and had 5 kills and 6 deaths. I mean, if you play Call of Duty like that, I don't understand you. Personally, do not understand you. I understand winning the game, but to a certain extent, like if you're losing, I would say hop on the hill. But if you're not losing, you don't really need to hop on the hill. I mean, some of these teammates this game are doing a much better job than last game. Maybe 1 or 2. Yep, that one kid is sitting on the hill like an absolute bimbo. But it's like, how are you ever gonna level up if you just sit on the hill constantly and not get any kills?
One chance to fight fair and win.
Oh, I could throw my C4. That dude came from spawn.
point located.
Low key, what I should start doing is flipping the spawns. I feel like that would be a very, very good way. How in the world did this kid get a freaking thing?
Hostiles have the hard
Who knows? But we, yep, gunned him down. You got 70 right now. And I'm tripping a little bit. This game has lasted quite long. Longer than any of the other games I've played
Establish one stop
today.
on station above.
hard point is secure.
That dude's using drill charge launcher. Or the drill charge launcher. I don't know why my English just went to caveman English,
Hold the line,
but
Crimson. This is ours to lose.
he used drill charge launcher. I don't know.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Come here, bucko. Jump in. Oh, he's in the bus.
Point identified.
I don't really care. We're still going crazy with this thing. I feel like this gun
Hard point locked down.
is just super good.
Hard point active. Hostiles have the hard point.
I'm very glad that they did add this thing back though, like from BO4. Because it is super fun to use, and it's fun to use some of the BO4 weapons. I really, really do hope though they add the Maddox at some point. Like, I would love to see that gun return with Elo sight, and it probably wouldn't play the same if I'm gonna be honest, because there's no double quick draw or none of that.
Hard point located. Enemy UAV inbound.
I still got a kill. I still got a kill. I don't care. Yeah, my aim is not the best right now. I don't know how this kid got a chopper though. This kid must have been sitting. Oh, killed you while you were stunned. Or while I was stunned actually. Yeah, I think we should start hopping on. We're like 20 points off. My teammates are gonna probably finish the game quite soon.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Oh, goodbye.
As I say,
I mean, if you are trying to take those longer range, I was gonna say if you are gonna take those longer range gunfights, use the compensator, but you're not gonna have as much damage when you look at this thing.
Hard point identified.
But if you do have good aim, you are gonna be hitting your shots.
Hard point locked down. Hard point active.
Yeah, see, BO4ing it up in the window.
Have eyes on.
I had to shoot his body if he's sitting in the window. Oh man, he just killed me
Hard point.
after I shot his body. Thanks, whatever. Boom booms.
Hardpoint is secure.
Oh, I thought I could swap over to my siren. Alright, this dude is running outside the map. I do remember on this left side in BO3 there was a glitch spot where you could like sit outside the map, but it was like wasn't really useful. It's more like a hide and seek spot.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
But imagine if they add like the old Nuketowns and stuff.
Established overhead.
There we go. We got the win though. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.